We're live. Answering your fantasy football questions. Let's get it. Why is this? All right. Hey. Let's get it. PGA Tour. Hey, gotta get my guy. Gotta hit some balls today. All right. All set. Answering your fantasy football questions. Should I play Mixon? Absolutely. Who should I start in the flex? A-Rob or Royce Freeman? Really? Allen Robinson by a mile. Play Allen Robinson. He'll be better. He'll be better this week. All right, let's see. The shot's going to be a little tricky. A little tricky here. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Should I start Damian Harris? I really wouldn't. Myers or Sutton? Sutton for me. Yo, what's up, Garrison? How you doing? I'm doing well. How you doing, homie? Or Jaren. I don't know how to say your name, to be honest. I'm gonna just call you Anderson, okay? I'm awful with pronouncing people's names, so I get them wrong. I'm sorry. Oh! Oh! What a... He sunk it. Should I trade CEH for Antonio Gibson? I'd probably... That's really tough, to be honest with you. I'd probably would go with Antonio Gibson just because he's a better football player, in my opinion. Robinson over Swift? No, Robinson. Tyler Boyd thoughts? I like Tyler Boyd. Tonight, for me, he's a top 30 wide receiver. I like Tyler Boyd tonight. Thoughts on Zach Moss? I like him this week for sure. We'll see if Zach Moss is for real. We'll see if Zach Moss is for real. How you feeling about Miles Sanders? I like Miles Sanders. It's just, like, he was kind of on my do not draft list just because I figured, you know, he kind of be used this way. He's super talented. It's just, right now you have, what's his face? Hurts really kind of taking work from him, and this team just not running with him, unfortunately. Thoughts on Jonathan Taylor? I think Jonathan Taylor bounced back this week. I've got Saquon, Elijah Mitchell, and Mike Evans. Should I start Hubbard over any of them? I guess it depends though with Elijah Mitchell. If he plays this week, I would probably play Hubbard over him. Should I play Thielen this week or Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill. What's up, man? Oh, what's up, Ozai? How you doing, my guy? We're back to playing some golf. Should I trade Higgins for Swift and Ruggs? Or should I trade Mixon? Oh my gosh, misses the putt. What a bum. I probably want to do that. I'd rather have Mixon. I love Swift though. Don't get me wrong. I love Swift. Woods or Beasley? I would go with Woods. Bro, I got a good one. Stafford or Murray this week? I believe, let me double check. I have my rankings up here. Let me check. And I'm gonna, after this stream, I'm gonna finalize my rankings and get my rankings out. But who do I have higher? I have oh, it's Kyler. I have Kyler higher. Yeah, definitely Kyler. I'm going Kyler every single week. Every single week. Oh, how do I go back? I don't know how to. Oh no, I missed it. Dang it. All right. I'm gonna just hope for the best here. All right, there we go. Let's see. Should I put Thielen in? I don't. Oh, absolutely. Oops, sorry. I've been good. I've been going back and forth on the trade for Amari Cooper. Do you think Robert Woods and Damian Harris for Cooper is a good deal? I do think that's a good deal. Should I put Thielen in at all or get rid of him? I mean, I wouldn't get rid of him. Absolutely not. I would try to trade him away personally. Right now I'm trying to trade him away. I think he's a good sell high kind of guy right now. Oh, baby, look at that. Oh, that almost went in. Do you think I should trade for CH or do you think he's a bust? I personally wouldn't try to trade for him. DJ Moore or D-Hop? Honestly, this week, DJ Moore. Should I trade injured CMC for Tyreek Hill and Josh Jacobs? If you need a win right now, yes, I would do that. Chase Edmonds or Jamal Williams? Chase Edmonds for me. Zeke, Lockett, and Pittman for Taylor, Ridley, and Woods. I'd rather have Zeke and Lockett side. Marvin Jones or for Corey Davis trade? I would want Marvin Jones. Sutton or Boyd? This week for me, Sutton. And if you haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button. Also, if you're over on TikTok, we're live over on YouTube right now at Aspire Sports Show. It's in my link tree. Just click the link tree in my description, in my profile. It'll take you to the Aspire Sports Show. You can go over there. It's not as busy. TikTok is always really busy, so I try to answer as many questions as I can. Wilson or Cousins? Wilson for me. Chris Godwin or CD? CD. Manuel, wait, was that Samuel or Sanders? If that's Miles Sanders, Sanders. Start Diggs or Lockett? Diggs. Need 2 PPR. A-Rob or David Montgomery? For me, I'm going to go with David Montgomery this week. Start Diggs or Lockett? Diggs. Hurts or Stafford? Hurts. I've got Saquon, Elijah Mitchell, and Mike Evans. Should I trade or should I start Hubbard over any of them? I would start him over Elijah Mitchell, personally. Zeke for Taylor and Ridley. I guess I would probably do that one if you need some wide receiver help. Woods or Brandon Cooks? For me this week, I would go with Brandon Cooks. Tyler Lockett and David Montgomery or Austin Eckler? Austin Eckler. Should I trade Amari for Jamar Chase? I'd rather have Amari Cooper. Hawkinson for Jonathan Taylor. Who are you starting at tight end if you lose Hawkinson? DJ Chark or Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith. Need help with wide receiver 2 spot. I have Allen Robinson, Juju, Chark, Pittman, Tim Patrick. Who would you roll with? If it helps, I have no faith in Allen Robinson. I would roll with Allen Robinson still. I'm still going with Allen Robinson. This is going to be a bounce back game for Allen Robinson. Pittman, Miles Sanders, or Jamar Chase? This week with no T. Higgins, love Jamar Chase this week. Should I start Dalvin? Yes. If he plays, you're starting him. Shenault worth the start? No, I wouldn't start Shenault. James Robinson or Kareem Hunt? James Robinson. James Robinson for me. Hawkinson for Taylor. It just depends on who you're starting at tight end. If you're going to trade Taylor or Hawkinson, who are you starting at tight end? What I want to know. Let's see. Let me catch up on this chat real quick. Should I trade Rodgers plus CEH for Murray? Which side wins? I'd rather have the CEH side, personally. I can only keep one. Do I keep Adam Thielen or Brandon Cooks? You can only keep one? I mean, I guess I'm keeping Adam Thielen. Zeke and Pittman for Swift and Adams. I'd rather have Swift and Adams side. CEH or Damian Harris? CEH. Terry and Barkley for CMC trade? I'd rather have the Terry and Barkley side unless you're fine, and I'd rather have that side personally. Unless you're in a good spot and say you're 3-0 right now and can afford, to lose some guys and get CMC, then that's fine. Jamar Chase or Chris Carson at flex? For me, Jamar Chase. Love Jamar Chase this week. I believe he's a top 15 play. 16 right now. So I love Jamar Chase this week. Amari or Ayuk in my flex? Amari. Myers, Allen Robinson, or OBJ? Honestly, OBJ, I believe. Let me double check. No, Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson. It's close between him and OBJ. Gaskin or Elijah Mitchell? Elijah Mitchell as long as he plays. Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins? Russell Wilson. Juju or Christian Kirk? Honestly, Christian Kirk this week. I like Christian Kirk. I know it's a tougher matchup, but I like Christian Kirk this week over Juju. Jalen or Dak? I believe I have Dak higher. I think the Cowboys are going to have to run the ball. I believe the Cowboys will have to run the ball. And if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're over on YouTube. If you're over on TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button to get notified when I go live. I'll be going live in a little bit exclusively on TikTok to get all of your questions answered. But we're also live over at YouTube right now, where it's not as busy. So come on over. You can just click the link tree in the description. It will take you to my YouTube channel. Start Lockett or Justin Jefferson? Personally, for me, Justin Jefferson. He's one spot higher than Lockett, I believe. He's a couple spots higher than Lockett, but Justin Jefferson. Rondell Moore, Ayuk. Ayuk for me. Ayuk. Let's see. Where did I leave off? 10 team PPR. Is that? Yeah, 10 team CD and Hubbard for D-Hop. Who wins? Chuba? I would rather have D-Hop. Mike Williams, a good start? Yes, Mike Williams. If A.J. Brown doesn't play, should I play Galladay, Devontae Smith, or Juju? If no other wide receivers play for the New York Giants, give me Galladay. Zeke, Lockett, Tyson, Pittman for Swift, Adams, and Chase. Yes, I would rather have the Swift, Adams, and Chase. Trade Zach Moss, Tyson Williams, and Cooper for Aaron Jones. Yes, I would do that trade. Yo, Bread. Trade Tyreek and Gibson for Diggs and Chubb. I'd rather have the Diggs and Chubb side. Yes. Myers or Allen Robinson? Allen Robinson. Sammy Watkins or Cole Beasley? Cole Beasley for me. I'm going to start from the bottom. So if I didn't answer your question on YouTube, I'll get your question answered. Make sure you smash that like button for me, and also hit the subscribe button. Really helps out, helps grow the channel. Carr or Tannehill? For me, Tannehill. Pick 2. Marvin Jones, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin. Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin. Sermon or Zach Moss? Zach Moss. Need to start at 2 at my flex. Marquise Brown, Claypool, or Robert Woods. For me, it's going to be Robert Woods and Marquise Brown. Unless you have the wide receivers in Pittsburgh don't start, then Claypool. Julio or Sterling Shepard? For me, Julio. Start 2, Marvin Jones, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin. Out of those guys, please do not spam chat. Please do not spam chat. I will answer your question. Please do not spam chat. Out of all those guys, I will go Allen Robinson and Chris Godwin. Julio or Jalen Waddle? Julio. Carr or Tannehill? Tannehill. Chase Edmonds or DJ Moore at flex? DJ Moore. Sermon or Zach Moss? Zach Moss. CEH or Zeke? Zeke. Chris Carson or Antonio Gibson? PPR. For me, Antonio Gibson this week. Kirk Cousins or Rondell Moore? Kirk Cousins. So if you think the Cowboys would kill it on the ground, Marvin Jones or CD? No, I don't think that they're... I think the opposite. I think that they're not going to be able to run that well, and they're going to have to rely on the pass a little bit more. So I would go CD Lamb. Henry Ruggs or Zach Moss at flex? Zach Moss. Who would you start, Aaron Rodgers or Dak? For me, Dak. CEH or Zeke? Zeke. Jonathan Taylor for Saquon of W? Yes. Claypool, AB or Rondell Moore? This week, AB. Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers for his Tyreek Hill, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, if you need a tight end, I would do that. Should I trade Debo and Madison for Deontay Johnson and Javonte? Yes, I would do that. Tyson Williams or Josh Jacobs? For me, Josh Jacobs if he plays. Chase Edmonds or Chuba Hubbard? And I'm going to go with Chuba Hubbard here. Unless it's like PPR, like full point PPR, then give me Chase Edmonds. Which side wins? Waller and Lockett for Mixon and Pitts? I'd rather have Mixon and Pitts, personally. Jacoby Myers or Julio? Julio. Stick with Goddard or pick up Conklin? Stick with Goddard. Tyson Williams? Tyson Williams or Cordell Patterson? Cordell Patterson. Do I trade Amari for Mike Williams? I would, yeah. Corey Davis or Hunter Renfrow? Corey Davis for me. Non-PPR, Allen Robinson, AB, Kirk, Tyler Boyd. Allen Robinson, AB. Allen Robinson for me. Non-PPR. And if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. Also, hit subscribe. If you're over on TikTok, we're live over on YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered over here. Would you look to trade Gibson? I would look to trade Gibson right now, yes. Woods or Deshaun Jackson? Woods. Stop spamming chat. Yeah, please do not spam chat. I will answer your question. All you got to do is just ask one time, and I'll get to it. If I don't answer in like a minute, go ahead and ask it again. Kareem Hunt or Juju at flex? Kareem Hunt. Beasley, Cordell Patterson, Brandon Cooks for Keenan Allen. Yeah, I would do that trade for Keenan Allen. Cordell Patterson or Miles Sanders this week. Miles Sanders. Do I trade Swift for Allen Robinson and CEH? No, I would keep Swift. Hurts or Lamar? Lamar. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, I think it's Lamar. Yeah, I have Lamar one spot over Hurts this week. Chuba and Higbee for Pitts? Yeah, I would do that trade. AB or MVS? AB. Also start Woods or Julio Jones. If Julio Jones plays this week, give me Julio Jones. Drop Rondell Moore for Terrence Marshall Jr. I'd probably keep Rondell Moore, honestly. Gaskin or Hines? This week, give me... I would still go Gaskin. James Robinson, CEH or James Robinson? James Robinson. Keep Gaskin or trade him. I would keep him for now. His value is really low. Jamar Chase or Brandon Cooks? Amari Cooper or Brandon Cooks? For me, Amari Cooper. I'm here from TikTok. Assaded. We're live over on YouTube right now. If you're coming over to YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. If you're over on TikTok, hit that follow to get notified when I go live. I'm going to be doing an exclusive TikTok stream today after this. After this YouTube stream, I'm going to be doing an exclusive TikTok one. Derek Carr or Russell Wilson. For me, Russell Wilson. Got offered Allen Robinson and Myles Gaskin for Marvin Jones, full point PPR. If I get Allen Robinson, Myles Gaskin, yes, I would do that. Who would you start at flex? Myles Gaskin, Marvin Jones, or Devontae Smith? For me, Marvin Jones. Should I start Lamar Jackson or Tom Brady? This week, Tom Brady. I like Tom Brady. Thoughts on Miles Sanders, low contribution? I think he's a good buy low candidate, but, well, he's just going to be somebody that this is going to happen at times. They need to get him the ball, but he has a quarterback, a run-first quarterback. Well, not a run-first quarterback, but a really good running quarterback. It's going to lower his upside, and unfortunately, this is... Hey, if you listen to me, I told a lot of people not to draft him this season. I love his talent, just not on this offense right now. Godwin or Emmanuel Sanders? Godwin. Julio or Boyd? Julio. Devin Singletary, Nyheim Hines? Nyheim Hines. CeeDee Lamb, Mike Williams, or Chris Godwin? Pick two. For me, I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb and Mike Williams. Damian Harris or Hubbard? Give me Hubbard. Play Miles Sanders or J-Rob? J-Rob. Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk? Christian Kirk. Russell Wilson, Tannehill, Wilson. Would you drop Juju for Ayuk? I would do that, yes. I would pick up Ayuk. Amari Cooper versus Cortland Sutton. What's going on with Cooper? For me this week, honestly, let me double check. I think I still have... No, I still have Amari Cooper ranked higher. I would go, it's close. Darrell Henderson or Leonard Fournette. If you have Gio out, give me Leonard Fournette this week. Hubbard or Cordell Patterson? Hubbard. I can't believe I'm asking this, but Woods or Emmanuel Sanders at flex? I would still go with Woods, but it is close between Emmanuel Sanders. Thoughts on Mixon? Mixon should have a big night tonight. OBJ or Emmanuel Sanders? OBJ. Rondo Moore, Robbie Anderson, Ayuk for flex. Ayuk. Start Harris or Hubbard? Hubbard. Would you rather have Debo and Madison for Deontay Johnson, Javonte, or wait, what was that? Or Deontay and Edmonds? Deontay and Edmonds for me. Start Packers defense against Pittsburgh or Broncos against Ravens? I would go Broncos. Honestly, I love the Broncos defense. It's really good. What's a good trade package for Matthew Stafford? I mean, like, you're getting Matthew Stafford. I like, who do you have at quarterback? Allen Robinson, CEH, or Emmanuel Sanders? Allen Robinson for me, or no, CEH, I'm sorry, CEH. Moss or Jay Williams? I would go with Moss, regardless of if that's Javonte or Jamal. Should I start, or should I trade Gibson or keep him? I would try to trade him personally. Would you trade Taylor for McCaffrey? If I'm getting McCaffrey, yes. Terry McLaurin and CEH for CMC? I'm 0-3. Yes, if you have CMC and you need to trade him, yes, do the trade. Start Kyler Murray or Stafford? Kyler Murray for me. Sit one. D-Hop, Terry, McLaurin, Jamar Chase. Jeez, that's a lot of good options there. Honestly, out of all of them, I would sit Debo there, Sean. Carr Hurts from GOAT, the GOAT. I would go with Hurts. Ronnie, any good sleeper picks at tight end? I have Mark Andrews stick with him. I would stick with him, yes. Juju or Woods? Woods. From Robert. Ryan, we got Devontae Smith or Robbie Anderson. I would go with Devontae Smith. We got Captain. Which two should I start out of Allen Robinson, Marquise Brown, Marvin Jones? I would start Allen Robinson and Marvin Jones. Trade Keenan Allen and Hubbard for Najee and A-Rob. If you're getting Najee and A-Rob, that side. From Felix. I don't know how to say your name, but start Kittle or Hawkinson. I have Hawkinson one spot higher. I'm still going Hawkinson this week. Two questions here. Dak or Herbert? Give me, I believe Herbert. I love Herbert this week. No, I have Dak one spot higher than Herbert, so I still have Dak one spot higher. OBJ or Marvin Jones at flex? OBJ for me. Washington's defense or Panthers defense? Washington's defense, even though they've been brutal, but I would still go with them. Trade J-Rob for Hunt. J-Rob for Hunt. I would want J-Rob. Jacoby Myers or Patterson at wide receiver 2 in full point PPR. In full point PPR, give me Jacoby Myers. Is MT good trade bait or to hold on to right now? If you are someone that's really struggling right now, try to trade him. Try to trade MT. Try to get a solid guy for right now. Zach Moss, Cordell Patterson, or Gaskin full point PPR. I would go with Cordell Patterson, honestly, in full point PPR. I just got offered Henderson and... Or no, I would go Gaskin personally. I would go Gaskin there. A-Rob, Woods, or Antonio Brown for flex. Allen Robinson for me. Amari or Chase? Chase. Start Boyd or Marquise Brown? Boyd. Robert Woods or Allen Robinson? Allen Robinson. Gibson, Cooks, or Lockett at flex? Lockett over all of them. Josh Allen, Gibson, and Godwin for Murray, Woods, and Waller. Who wins? I'd rather have, personally, the Josh Allen side. Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Is Terry a top 10 wide receiver so far? I don't think he, like, in scoring, I don't know if he's top 10. I don't think he's top 10 in scoring so far. But I believe, like, he'll be a wide receiver 15 for this season. Mike Williams or Lockett? Let me see, who do I have higher? Mike Williams or Lockett? I have Mike Williams one spot higher than Lockett this week. Thoughts on Stephon Diggs against Houston? Love Stephon Diggs this week. Do we panic on A-Rob? No. If he doesn't have a good week this week, then yes, full panic mode. But I believe he bounces back this week. I believe this offense kind of gets going a little bit this week. Start Brady or Mahomes? For me, I would still go Mahomes there. Cordell Patterson or Damian Harris? Cordell Patterson. Herbert or Stafford? Herbert. Who do I start at flex? Waddle, Devontae Smith, Gaskin, Mike Davis, Patterson, Antonio Brown. Out of all of them, I believe I have actually Mike Davis ranked the highest. So Mike Davis. Sanders, Barber, Shepard, or Madison? Sanders. I got offered Henderson and Peyton Barber for Swift. Take that deal if you're getting Swift. Gaskin, Melvin Gordon, Mike Davis at flex. I need to look at this real quick. I need to see where I have these guys ranked. Mike Davis, I believe I have the highest. Let me see. Who is it? Oh, no, Melvin Gordon. I have Melvin Gordon ranked the highest. I would go Melvin Gordon there. Start Murray or Herbie? I still have Murray ranked higher. Start Tyson Williams, Darrell Henderson, Zach Moss, or Elijah Mitchell. Okay, if there's a couple different things here. So I'm not starting Williams. If Elijah Mitchell plays, I'm playing him out of that whole group. Start Hopkins or Debo? Hopkins. Wooler or Knox? Wooler. Always, or Darren Waller or Knox? Always Darren Waller. And if you're over on if you haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button. Really appreciate it. Hit subscribe. Make sure you hit subscribe. Follow the channel, and if you're over on TikTok, hit that follow button. I'm going to be doing just a only TikTok stream here in a little bit, so you'll get notified when I go live. So make sure you hit that like button and also follow over on TikTok, and just hit my profile. It'll take you to the link tree, and then the link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel where you'll get your questions answered over here. It's not as busy. All right, and if you're over on YouTube, smash that like button for me. There's 37 people, but only 21 likes. I see you guys. Someone smash that like button for me if you haven't already. All right, let's get it. Would you trade away Ridley for Mixon? If I'm getting Mixon, yes. Tunyon or Jared Cook? I believe I have Tunyon ranked like one spot higher. Let me pull out my tight end rankings. Hold on one moment here. Where do I have Tunyon? I have Tunyon 2 spots higher, so I would go Tunyon this week. Chase or Pittman? Chase. Burrow or Lamar? Lamar. Should I start Dalton Schultz or George Kittle? Kittle. I would go with Kittle. Marquise Brown or Jamar Chase? Marquise Brown. Allen Robinson or Najee? Najee. Chase Edmonds and Jerry Jeudy for Swift? I would want Swift. Start Mitchell if he plays? Start Mitchell if he plays, yes. Chuba Hubbard or Devontae Smith? Hubbard. Julio Jones or Mike Williams? Mike Williams. Thoughts on Jonathan Taylor? This should be a really good spot for him, so he should have a good week this week. Ayuk or Fournette? If you have, I would probably go with Fournette regardless, but I really like Fournette this week if Gio doesn't play. Let's see. Am I giving up too much if I trade Mike Williams or Chris Godwin for Adams? Yeah, I wouldn't do that trade personally. I mean, I love Devontae Adams, but right now Mike Williams is a stud. And the guy that it looks like you want for Tampa Bay is going to be, in my opinion, Godwin. But it's really close between him and Mike Evans. Rondell Moore or Ayuk? Ayuk. Higbee or Pitts at tight end? Pitts. Any Jags wide receivers worth a start tonight? I love Marvin Jones tonight. I honestly think that they're all... Chark and Jones are startable tonight. I still wouldn't start Shenault. Green Bay's defense, Rams or Ravens? I would go with Green Bay right now. Steelers offense looks horrible, and that's coming from a Steelers fan. Okay, the Steelers offense looks terrible. Thoughts on Bateman? I would absolutely stash Bateman. Gronk or Kittle? Kittle. While they have both strong projections this week. Do you think the Bengals defense against Jags putting up more, or Titans defense? If I had to pick one, I would go Bengals just because they're home. Would you trade away Ridley for Mixon? I would want Mixon. Amari Cooper, Ayuk, Amari Cooper, Mitchell or Gaskin, Mitchell, Gronk or Kittle, Kittle. Ayuk or Shepard going forward, Ayuk. Jamal Williams or Zach Moss, Zach Moss. Pick 2, Allen Robinson, DJ Moore, Sutton, Jacoby Myers, Allen Robinson and DJ Moore. James Robinson, Jamar Chase, Darrell Henderson, or Elijah Mitchell, 4-point PPR. James Robinson out of all those guys. James Robinson. Trade Goddard and Pascal for Higbee. Yeah, I would do that, yeah. Fant or Pitts this week? Pitts. Top 5 tight ends. For me, my top 5 tight ends go Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle, Rob Gronkowski. That's my top 5 tight ends. Start Gibson, Cooks, or Debo. One guy? Gibson. I would go Gibson. Lamb for Chubb. Good trade. If you need a running back, sure, that's solid. Is Ridley done? No, Ridley's not done. He'll be okay. Trade Goddard and Pascal for Higbee, yes. Cincinnati for Indianapolis. Like a trade? For defenses? I mean, I guess. Start 2, Cooks, Lockett, Allen. Oh, start 2 out of those. I would go Lockett and Allen. Thoughts on Jonathan Taylor? I think he bounces back this week, but really I would try to trade him if he has a really solid week after this week. Where is Mark Andrews ranked? Mark Andrews is ranked 6th. So he's at 6th. Do you think Allen Robinson value will fall further? Is he a good pickup? I would pick up Allen Robinson. I think after this week though, your opportunity is I think he's gonna have a solid week this week. Zach Moss or Hines and flex Zach Moss for me. Hopkins, Chase, Adam Thielen, Keenan Allen start 3. So I would go with Chase, Keenan Allen, and I believe I would go Hopkins. He's higher. Beasley or Chark? Beasley or Chark? Beasley or Chark? Who is higher? Let me check. That one's probably pretty close, I'd imagine. I do like Chark. Where's Chark? DJ Chark. Oh, they're right next to each other. I have Cole Beasley 1 spot higher. 1 spot higher. If it's, I have a 1 spot higher. Hurts or Mayfield? Hurts. Chubbard or Sanders at flex? Miles Sanders, I'm assuming. Where do I have Miles Sanders this week? I have him 1 spot higher. I have Miles Sanders 18 and Hubbard 19. So I would technically go Miles Sanders. It's really close though. Beasley or Ayuk? Ayuk or no? In full point PPR, I would go Beasley in full point PPR. Ridley or Mike Williams? I have Ridley still ranked higher, but it's close. Okay, I'm not ready to put Mike Williams over Ridley yet. I just can't. Trade Taylor if he has a solid week. I would personally. Winston or Lawrence? Lawrence. I like Lawrence this week. Let me double check. I would go Lawrence this week. Yeah, I like Trevor Lawrence this week. I would go Trevor Lawrence. Sit or start Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Peyton Barber, Tony Pollard, Alexander Madison. For me, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb. Waller or Jonathan Taylor? Waller. I got offered CMC for Hubbard. What do I do? If you get CMC, I would do that. Start Tannehill, Darnold, or Burrow. I have Burrow no. Who do I have ranked higher? I have Burrow ranked the highest out of all of them, yes. Jamar Chase, Brandon Cooks, James Robinson, Jonathan Taylor. Got to bench 1. Out of all of them, I would bench Brandon Cooks. Bro, you skipped me like 9 times now. What's your question here? Julio, Singletary, Patterson, Gameball. Julio, out of all of them. Jacob. Thanks, man. You're welcome. Thoughts on Pitts going on? Pitts will be okay. He's getting a bunch of usage right now. Like the targets aren't really quite there yet in the fantasy points, but he'll be there. He'll be okay. Start CEH, Saquon, or Moss. I have Saquon ranked the highest. I really don't like Saquon a whole lot this week. It is a pretty tough matchup, but I would still go Saquon over CEH. Actually, I have Saquon and CEH right next to each other. Let me see. Do you think Gaskins will turn it around? Yeah, I do think so. Thanks, buddy. You're welcome. Trade Gaskin for Devontae Smith. Personally, I just like running backs. I'd rather have Gaskin, but I do like Devontae Smith season long. But I just rather have running backs. Trade Kenyon Drake or Christian Kirk and flex. Or Kenyon Drake or Kirk and flex. So this depends with Josh Jacobs. Personally, I would still go with Christian Kirk though, regardless. Mitchell or Emmanuel Sanders, full point PPR if Mitchell plays. I would go with Mitchell here. And if you haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button. If you're over on TikTok, come over to YouTube. Try to get your question will be answered faster over on YouTube. Gronk or Goddard? Gronk. Emmanuel Sanders or Chuba Hubbard at flex? Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard. Debo, Ayuk, Pittman, or Cordell Patterson. Choose 3. So out of all of them, I would personally sit Ayuk. Top 5 defenses this week. I don't have my defenses pulled up. Hold on one sec. Hold on one moment. So this upcoming weekend, I have the Saints, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, and Green Bay. How many is that so far? Yeah. Did I get them? No, 5. Okay. So I have New Orleans, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and the Indianapolis Colts this week. Like I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy into Tennessee. I'm not going to buy into Tennessee. And Cincinnati, like, to me, actually, it is close between Cincinnati and Indianapolis. I would probably put Cincinnati over Indianapolis now that I'm looking at this. So it will go New Orleans, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Cincinnati. I'm not buying into the Titans this week. I'm sorry, I can't buy into the Titans this week. I'm not buying into the Titans. Who's the biggest desperate running back pickup right now? I would go with either. It's tough. I would go with either Stevenson or JJ Taylor. Those are 2 guys that I would try to pick up. I don't know which one's going to be the guy, but one of them's going to, and maybe even Brandon Bolden. It's going to be really confusing. We'll probably get better clarification. But one of these guys is going to have value. It's kind of like the James White guy. Trade Saquon Barkley for Najee Harris. I'd rather have Najee Harris. Just seeing, an absolute incredible workload right now. Gronk or Mark Andrews. For me this week, Gronk is 1 spot higher. Emmanuel Sanders or Jacoby Meyer or Jamal Williams at flex. For me, Emmanuel Sanders. Haskin or Henderson or for Gaskin. I would want Henderson personally. Pick 2 at running back: Nick Chubb, Tyson Williams, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb, Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt. Myles Gaskin or Cordell Patterson at flex PPR. Personally, I would go with Myles Gaskin still here. Wide receiver, pick 1. We got James Robinson, Tyler Boyd, Devontae Smith, or Ayuk. James Robinson. Let's see. We got Fournette, Robbie Anderson, James Conner, AJ Green. 2, I would go with Fournette and let me check my rankings. Where's AJ Green at? Where do I have AJ Green? I would probably go with James Conner still. I would go with James Conner. So Fournette and James Conner. Trade Lockett for Keenan Allen. I'd rather have. Is it full point PPR? Where's that trade at? Where was that trade at? Cody, is it full point PPR? That's tough. Trade MT for Chase Edmonds if you're getting Chase Edmonds. Absolutely. Trade Zeke and Cordell Patterson for Montgomery and Melvin Gordon. No, I'd rather have Zeke. Cooper, Sutton, A-Rob start 2 this week. For me, A-Rob and Cooper. Antonio Brown or Robbie Anderson. Antonio Brown, Boyd or Jacoby. I like Boyd this week. I like Boyd. My girlfriend. Well, thanks. Jefferson, Ridley, Cooks, Robinson. Jefferson and Ridley this week. Nail. Start CH or Henderson. Also trade. Should I trade Swift for McLaurin? Hurting at wide receiver? No, don't give up Swift. Don't give up Swift. I would go with Swift and CH. Full point PPR in this league. Cody, okay. So I would go with Keenan Allen then, personally. Cody. Cooper, Sutton, A-Rob start 2. So for me, I would go with Cooper and A-Rob. Start or sit Marvin Jones or Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley still. Pick 2 at running back: Carson, Zeke, J-Rob, Hubbard. I love Zeke. Well, I don't love Zeke this week, but still, you play Zeke and James Robinson. Start Dak or Hurts? Dak. Sit or start? No, I got that one. Would you trade Jonathan Taylor for Chris Carson or? Between those guys, it's really close. Like, I'd probably keep JT, but it's like, honestly, it's really close. Like, I guess the guy that, if you want to trade him, I would target more Chris Carson. I wouldn't do Josh Jacobs, but I would probably keep Jonathan Taylor. but it'd be close between him and Chris Carson. Debo and Gibson for Swift and Odell. Yes, give me Swift and Odell. Sit or start, Marvin Jones or Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley. Hey, Tyler, are you streaming tonight? Will you guys? Yes, we'll be tonight, Ozai. I'll be doing YouTube tonight. I'm just going to do a TikTok only stream here, and probably like once I get off with this stream. Like within the next 30 minutes. I feel Keenan is a reception machine, so that's why I'm curious. Thanks, boss. Yeah, no problem. You got it. Gaskin or Taylor? Who do I start? Taylor. Should I trade CMC now that you are here? Yeah. Let's see here. Get out of here. Gibson now questionable. Do you put McKissick or Sutton in the flex? I would still go with Gibson. I think he's still going to play. Who are your desperation running backs right now? Personally, I would go like I said, like if you're looking to add somebody, I know it's really tough, but I do think that a guy like either Stevenson, JJ Taylor, or Bolden are going to have value here. To be honest with you, the guy that I would probably lean on the most would be JJ Taylor, but if it's one of the others, I mean, it's impossible to know right now because Bill Belichick, but one of those guys would be one of my favorite desperation ads, because other than that, there's not a whole lot out there. Really, there's not a whole lot. Hubbard or James Robinson? James Robinson. Start or sit? Who at flex? Terry McLaurin, Chris Godwin, Mike Williams, Debo, Robert Woods. Mike Williams for me, Justin. Sutton or Cook? Sutton. Start or sit? Odell or Cordell Patterson or Tony Pollard? I would go with Cordell Patterson this week. Mixon, Chuba, Gibson, full point PPR start 2. I would go with Mixon and Gibson. Sit or start Cordell Patterson or Tony Pollard? Patterson, OBJ, Hubbard or Elijah Mitchell. OBJ for me. James Robinson and AJ Brown for Tyreek Hill. I'd probably do that trade, yeah, for Tyreek Hill. It'd be close. If AJ Brown plays this week, I probably win it. Has he been ruled? I don't think he's been ruled out. Jonathan Taylor, Henderson. Jonathan Taylor this week. Sorry, I gotta put this person in some timeout. I don't know if I can actually ban him. Pick 3 out of the Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Antonio Brown, and Ronell Moore. So I would go with Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, and Calvin Ridley this week. Thanks for the advice, bro. Good luck. No problem. You're welcome. Should I trade Michael Carter for Elijah Mitchell? If I'm getting Elijah Mitchell, yes. Start Trey Sermon or Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith. Heineke or Burrow? Who should I start? Burrow this week. Full point PPR, Hilaire, AJ Brown, or Mooney. Personally, out of all those guys, I would go Hilaire, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. Thoughts on Dalvin Cook? I like Dalvin Cook. I believe he's going to play. If he plays, you're playing him. Should I trade Michael Carter for Elijah Mitchell? Yes. Would you drop Rondell Moore for Hunter Renfrow or Emmanuel Sanders? Emmanuel Sanders out of all of them. Would you play, or who would you play at flex? Hubbard, Sutton, Hollywood Brown. I would play out of all of them. I would play. Let me see. I would go with Cortland Sutton this week. What's Mike Williams' upside? I mean, Mike Williams right now is showing he's a top 10 guy. Like, he's a stud. I wasn't high on him, so I'll gladly, like, me personally, if you're newer to the channel, I was not high on him heading into the season. Definitely a person that I got wrong this season. 100%. I'll gladly admit when I don't get something wrong or right, and that was something that I definitely got wrong. Trade, who wins? We got Montgomery and Robert Woods for Jonathan Taylor and Allen Robinson. For me personally, I'd rather take the... That's close. Honestly, I think that's a pretty fair trade. It kind of comes down to who you like more. Me personally, the side that I do like more, I would go with, honestly, David Montgomery. I just think that David Montgomery... Or I would go with the Jonathan... It's so close. I want to go back and forth on these guys. I probably go David Montgomery just because he's seeing so much work right now in this backfield. He's the guy. He's the bell cow. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is so good. It's just, I don't know what's going on. Like, why is he... This past week, Nyheim Hines literally outsnapped him. Like, that's not good. Is there anyone you trade Kyler for? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys I would trade Kyler for. Absolutely. Like a top 10 wide receiver running back, if somebody's willing to give that up, absolutely. Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen this week is my quarterback one. Antonio Gibson or Melvin Gordon, PPR. This week, I would go with Melvin Gordon. Do you have Packers to win this Sunday? Yes, Packers will win this Sunday. Yes. Start Corey Davis until T. Higgins gets better, or trade away T. Higgins for a better starter. No, Corey Davis should be okay this week. Great content. Found you on TikTok, added you on YouTube. Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you. Thanks, bro. You're welcome. Thoughts on Mike Davis versus Patterson? Time to dump Davis? No, I don't think so. Mike Davis is seeing a lot of work right now. I would still keep Mike Davis. Hubbard, Sutton, Corey Davis, or Myers? Sutton. Cooks, Beasley, Debo, Amari Cooper. Drop one? Ooh, drop one? Wait, start three. Oh, Cooks, Beasley. Out of all of them, Beasley. Who would I target if I want to trade Amari Cooper for someone that puts up more consistent points? So you probably have to like combine Amari Cooper with somebody else. It'd be tough. I would just personally keep him. Thoughts on Antonio Brown? I like Antonio Brown this week. Would you start Herbert or Stafford this week? I love Herbert. Thank you. I agree. It's close. Thank you for your input. You're welcome, TJ. What was that about? Which one was that? Oh, okay. The trade. I think it's really close. And I think it's a solid trade for either way. Like, honestly, I think it's pretty fair trade no matter, like, whoever likes more. I think it's a really solid one. That's Melvin Gordon or Antonio Brown, Melvin Gordon. Amari Cooper, Antonio Gibson, full point PPR. This week I'm going to Antonio Gibson. I think Antonio Gibson's really solid start this week, personally. I like Antonio Gibson a lot this week. So, if you're asking questions over on TikTok Live, over on YouTube right now, just click the profile. You'll be taken to my link tree, and the link tree YouTube channel's there. Come over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. Also, if you're over on TikTok or YouTube, smash that like button for me. Subscribe. Hit the follow. Get notified every single time I go live, which I go live a lot. I'll be going live multiple times a day, answering everybody's questions. So let's get back to it. Start and sit. So, Marquise Brown, Leonard Fournette, or Myles Gaskin? This is what I would do. If Leonard Fournette, if Giovanni Bernard does not play this week, give me Leonard Fournette. I'd probably still go Leonard Fournette here. Pick two. It's close between him and Gaskin this week. Pick two for flex. Hubbard, Juju, Tyson Williams, Robinson, Devontae Parker, AJ Green. So for me, I'm definitely going Hubbard. I got to see my wide receiver rankings. So, Juju, I really don't like Tyson Williams this week. Robbie Anderson, definitely not him. It's going to be between really Juju and AJ Green. I have Juju ranked higher, so I would go with Juju this week if he plays. I was like, why can't he see this? Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to TikTok right now, unfortunately. I try to answer questions over on TikTok, but just come back. I'm going to be doing a TikTok live stream here once I get after YouTube, just exclusively TikTok though, answering questions. Derek Carr, T. Higgins for DeAndre Swift. I would want DeAndre Swift, yes. Kareem Hunt or Mike Evans this week. Mike Evans. Start Jones Jr. or Chase. CEH, AJ Brown or Mooney this week. For me, CEH. Cooper, Cooks, Moore, and McLaurin. Which one should I bench? If that's DJ Moore, I would go with, out of all of them, I would go with Brandon Cooks. Who is a great trade target to get for CEH? I mean, I think that you could, like, I would probably take CEH and another piece and get, like, a upper tier running back. Start Tyler Boyd or Deontay Johnson. That's tough. I think that Deontay Johnson plays this week. I have Deontay Johnson a little bit higher than Tyler Boyd. I have him 3 or 4 spots higher than Tyler Boyd this week. So I would go with Deontay. But if you want to just play it safe, Tyler Boyd has a really good matchup tonight. So I love Tyler Boyd. Stafford versus Carrs or Rodgers versus Steelers. I have Stafford higher. Start Jones Jr. or Chase this week. Give me Jamar Chase. Emmanuel Sanders, Tyler Higbee, Jamal Williams for DK. Yeah, I would do that. Absolutely. No, I got that one. Thoughts on CEH? I mean, CEH, he's okay. I mean, this week I'd play him. CEH or Hubbard, I have CEH. Thank you. If Juju is a no go, go with AJ Green. There you go. Yes. AJ Brown for Diggs. AJ Brown for Diggs? Yes, absolutely. If I'm getting Diggs. Debo or Scary Terry? Scary Terry. Hubbard, Woods, Patterson, Sanders. Need one. Is this Emmanuel Sanders? I guess out of all of them. If it's Miles Sanders, I would go with him. If it's not, then I would go Hubbard. Thoughts on Stephon Diggs? He should bounce back in a big way. Okay, should I start Pittman or Sutton? Sutton. Myers or Boyd? Boyd. Trade CMC and Sterling Shepard for Eckler. If I'm getting Eckler, yes. I guess it depends. Like, I would still probably go after Eckler. It depends on what you're at. Like, if you're sitting there pretty, I would probably go after CMC. But if you need some help, Eckler, absolutely. Melvin Gordon, Moss, or Tim Patrick? Melvin Gordon for me. AJ Brown injury hurt me. I have Renfro, Tim Patrick, AJ Green. For me, out of all those guys, Renfro. I like Renfro this week. Julio or Mike Williams? Mike Williams. Start two. Kirk or LaVisca? Kirk. Chark, Cooper, or Patterson? Cooper. Robert Woods or Devontae Smith? Robert Woods. James Robinson or CEH for rest of the season? Me personally, James Robinson. Who can you package a deal for Devin Singletary and Ayuk for? Oh, that's tough. I mean, I don't really see a whole lot of people buying those people. That's tough. I don't know who exactly you'd be able to get. Maybe try to... I probably wouldn't even do that. Maybe like Robert Woods. Sit or start Antonio Brown or Mike Williams? Sit Antonio Brown. Start Mike Williams. Jacoby or Boyd? Boyd. Sutton or Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase. How many cups of coffee? Keep up. Super impressed, man. I don't drink coffee personally. I like always have a coffee here, but I never drink it. Like, I take like 2 sips of it, and I just don't like coffee. I just like the thought of coffee, though. I don't drink coffee. I just think coffee is kind of gross. And I don't like to put stuff in my coffee. I don't like sugar and cream. So I try to just get used to just the taste of coffee. I don't like it. Tyler Higbee or Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts. Cooper or Justin Jefferson? Cooper Kupp, baby. Cooper Kupp. Hubbard or Melvin Gordon? Hubbard. Noah Fant or Mark Andrews? Mark Andrews. Start Antonio Brown or Mike Williams? Mike Williams, for me, I'm starting him. You think D-Hop going to struggle this week? Yes, I think he's going to struggle again this week. Who wins this trade? Trevor Lawrence, Jerry Jeudy, and Gronk for Matt Ryan, Michelle, and Amari Cooper. The best player in the trade for me is Amari Cooper. Unless you need a tight end, Gronk is okay. Chark or Patterson? Patterson. No, let me do it. No, I think it's probably Patterson, I would assume. Yeah, Patterson. It's close. I do like DJ Chark a lot this week, though. Marvin Jones or Julio? I guess you don't have the luxury of really knowing if Julio's going to play, so I would go with Marvin Jones. I like Marvin Jones tonight. Marvin Jones or Juju? I would go with Marvin Jones. Okay, so how many wide receivers... so my wide receivers are Terry, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Debo. My usual flex spot is injured, so which of the three would you start? I would sit Debo out of that group, Andrew. So start Terry, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase. Zach Moss and Waddle for Odell. I would want Odell, yes. Full point PPR, get Ridley and Parker for Javonte Williams and Higgins. Ooh, that's an interesting trade. That's interesting. I probably would keep Ridley, though. Thoughts on Logan Thomas? I mean, Logan Thomas is top 10 tight end. Tight end's ugly, so like, should I trade Ridley and Thielen for Aaron Jones? Thanks, man. Appreciate your input. I would probably do that, yeah. I love Aaron Jones. I think he's a top 5 running back. Mike Williams is really a lock start anymore. Yeah, I would. I mean, you're putting Mike Williams and I'm playing him. He's a top 10 play for me. Do I start Hubbard if I had CMC? Yes, I would. I mean, it depends on the other options, but he's good. Emmanuel Sanders or Kirk? Emmanuel Sanders. Hollywood Brown and Pollard for Justin Jefferson and Moss? Absolutely, if I'm getting Justin Jefferson. Cordell Patterson, thoughts? I like Cordell Patterson in PPR leagues this week. I think he's an okay play. Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor for me. Gerald Henderson or Renfro? That's interesting. I would probably go with Henderson as long as he plays. Patterson and Chark for Jacobs long term. Yeah, I would do that trade. I'd rather have Josh Jacobs. And if you haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, really appreciate it, helps out the channel. If you're over on TikTok, we're live over at YouTube right now. Just click my profile, it'll bring up a link tree, and then click the link tree and it'll bring up my YouTube channel. Go over to the YouTube channel, get your questions answered. It's kind of dying down a little bit, not coming in as hot as they were, so you'll be able to get your questions answered over on YouTube. Mike Williams, Terry McLaurin, Debo, Adam Thielen, need 3. Out of all of them, I'm sitting this week Debo. I'm starting the rest of them. Bengals defense or Bucks defense for this weekend? Bucks defense this weekend. Mixon, Deontay Johnson or Marvin Jones. Out of all of them, Mixon. Cordell Patterson and Devontae Smith this week. I'm going with Devontae Smith this week. Cooper. And appreciate everybody hanging out, being a part of the channel. It means a lot. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's awesome. Thanks, bro. Appreciate the help. No problem. Should I trade Kareem Hunt for Odell? I have Eckler, Mixon, Zeke already. My only issue is Eckler and Mixon share a bye week. Our starting wide receivers are A.J. Brown and Kupp. Yeah, I would do that. Typed in wrong trade. Should I trade Ridley and Thielen for Devontae Adams? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would do that. I would get Devontae Adams, absolutely. Aaron Jones for Ridley and Marvin Jones? I'd rather have Aaron Jones, personally. Hunt, Chuba, or Chuba. I always want to say Chuba Hubba. That's what I always call him. But Chuba Hubbard. So Hunt, Chuba Hubbard, Jacoby, A-Rob, or Brandon Cooks in the flex. Out of all of them, let me see who I actually have the highest. Al Robinson. I would go Al Robinson out of all of them. Deontay Johnson or Tyler Boyd? Ooh, that's tough. That is tough because does Deontay Johnson actually play it? Like, I would personally go with Deontay Johnson, but it is close between Deontay Johnson and Tyler Boyd. So if you want to be safe, go with Tyler Boyd tonight. Alvin Kamara, Antonio Gibson, Melvin Gordon need 2. Alvin Kamara, Antonio Gibson. I dropped Robert Tonyan for Tim Patrick. I have Gesicki. Was this a mistake? The thought, no. I think that's fine. That's solid. Yeah. Tim Patrick's honestly a pretty solid wide receiver. Biggest sleeper long term? Biggest sleeper. Like guys that are added? Or maybe like a guy that would be like a pickup that you could pick up? Biggest sleeper? I would say like a guy like Odell. I think he's still a pretty good buy candidate. Allen Robinson. I like Corey Davis going forward. I don't know really who would. Those guys probably really don't classify as sleepers. If you're looking, I would try to go after Brandon Ayuk right now. He'd be a guy. Who's another guy I would say that's down there? I don't know. James Robinson or Jonathan Taylor? For me, James Robinson. Trade Najee and Sutton for Eckler. I would probably do that. It'd be close. But Eckler looking real good right now. I need a running back too. Who should I try, or who should I start? Kareem Hunt, Myles Gaskin, and then who should I start at flex? Marvin Jones, Julio, Amari Cooper, or Elijah Mitchell. So for my running back two, I would go with Kareem Hunt, and who I would start Amari Cooper out of those guys. I have Brady and Stafford. Do I trade one for strength in other positions or hold on to them? Yeah, I would try to trade one of them, yes. If it's a one quarterback league, absolutely. A.J. Brown and Tannehill for Kupp, I would want Kupp. Traded DK and Jonathan Taylor for Cooper Kupp and Josh Jacobs. I think that's solid. I think that's pretty fair, to be honest with you, a fair trade. Either side, I think both those sides are pretty fair, to be honest with you. Gibson, Carson, or Swift, start two. Swift and Gibson for me. Trade Javonte Williams, T. Higgins, and Jalen Reagor for Ridley and Emmanuel Sanders. If I'm getting Ridley's side, I would want that. Starter, bench, Allen Robinson. Start, it just depends on your other options. Saquon and Ridley for Aaron Jones. Ooh, that's tough. I'd probably keep Saquon and Ridley personally. But that is close. I love Aaron Jones. I've loved Aaron Jones since his rookie year. I love him. He helped me win against when they played Dallas that week. Never forget it. Loved Aaron Jones. He's always I've always been a big fanboy of Aaron Jones. So that's tough. Let's see. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. I believe I have Keenan Allen ranked higher. Yeah, Keenan Allen this week. Start Peyton Barber or one of the Ravens RBs. I know it's ugly. I mean, I would definitely start Peyton Barber if Josh Jacobs is out. If he's not out this week, I would... that is tough. If it's PPR, I would go with Williams, though. Tyson Williams. If Josh Jacobs isn't out, I would go Tyson Williams. Do you think Curtis Samuel or Rashad Bateman will have more value than Devontae Smith? No, I don't think so. I think Devontae Smith will have more value. I would go Devontae Smith, Rashad Bateman, Curtis Samuel. Shepard, Pollard, or Corey Davis at flex. For me, Corey Davis. I like Corey Davis this week. Should I trade for Aaron Jones and give Swift? I would want Aaron Jones. But my gosh, giving up DeAndre Swift is so hard because he's another guy. I've been a big fanboy of DeAndre Swift all this whole offseason. So, but I'd rather have Aaron Jones. Ridley and Mike Williams for Aaron Jones? I don't think I could do that. You're giving up two really good wide receivers right now. I would keep what you have for rest of the season. For rest of the season, I would go Devontae Smith, Rashad Bateman, Curtis Samuel. Should I trade Andrews and Julio's for Evans and Pitts? I'm in class, so you can answer with thumbs up or thumbs down. All right. No, Jake, thumbs up, buddy. Thumbs up. Should I trade away Tyreek Hill and Darren Waller for Derrick Henry? If you're okay, like... Jake, thumbs up. Yo, thumbs up, my guy. There you go. Should I trade away Tyreek Hill and Darren Waller for Derrick Henry? I probably wouldn't do that, honestly. Unless you're, like, absolutely desperate at running. Like, still, I wouldn't do that. I feel like you're giving up so much. What if I changed to Saquon and Marquise Brown for Aaron Jones? Now, that I would absolutely do, yes. I'd want Aaron Jones. Start Juju or Clyde? Clyde. Who wins the Rookie of the Year? Zach Wilson? I don't know. Right now, it's pretty brutal for Rookie of the Year. I'm not going to be honest with you. Or I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's brutal right now. I mean, I think probably Trevor Lawrence, but like it looks brutal. It looks brutal. There's some hope for Trey Lance if he can start soon and look really good. I would have to say Trevor Lawrence, but I think it's ugly. It's ugly. One of these rookie quarterbacks will win, and it just depends on who can start to really pick it up and outperform the others. Right now, no idea. I feel like the safest bet right now is Trevor Lawrence, but my gosh, it's still open. It's still open. Start Juju or Clyde, CEH. Start Knox or Pitts, Pitts. Would a trade of Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris for Kamara and DK be good if my other running back is Derrick Henry? Yeah, I would do that. If you're getting Kamara and DK, yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess Jamar Chase. But, like, here's the thing is that it's been years. I forget how long it's been. A rookie quarterback has won it, like, every single year. I just don't think a rookie wide receiver is going to win it. Unless it keeps going at this rate, then it could possibly be Jamar Chase. But I also think Jamar Chase is going to come down a little bit. I don't think a rookie wide receiver is going to win Rookie of the Year. I think it's going to still be a quarterback. It's always a quarterback. Always a quarterback. I mean, just look at last year. Who won it last year? Oh, Justin Herbert. He won it, right? Did Justin Herbert win it last year? 2020 Rookie of the Year NFL. Yeah, Justin. Okay, like put this into context. Justin Jefferson just had one of the greatest rookie wide receiver seasons ever in football. But Justin Herbert beat him out. Like, it's just not going to be a rookie wide receiver unless the quarterbacks right now keep playing at the rate that they're playing. Yeah, it could definitely be Jamar Chase if he keeps putting up these numbers. But I think that there's going to be one rookie quarterback that's going to start to put it together. Who? Don't know yet, but one of them will. Kareem Hunt or Mike Davis this week? For me, I'm going to go... Oh, that one's close. Let me look at my rankings. I actually have I have Mike Davis higher this week because I do like him this week against Washington. Washington has been terrible to start the season. Their defense has been awful. Thoughts on Waller? Love Waller. Yeah, Trey Lance is being shielded from the carnage. Yeah, he is right now. I mean, I think one of these guys is going to get it together. I don't know which one yet, but one of these rookie quarterbacks are going to be good. The rookies aren't as good. No. This rookie class is, well, in terms of quarterbacks, right now, just do not look that good, really. They don't look that good. Now, remember, it's only week 3. This can definitely change. 100% change, but right now it's not looking good for the rookie quarterbacks. We'll see. I think that if Trey Lance gets a real chance, he could certainly do it if he just balls out, which I think he can, but looking really rough right now for the rookie quarterbacks. It's not looking good. Start Tunyon or Goddard. Goddard. Have Gaskin or Swift as my flex. Swift. Antonio Brown or Marquise Brown for the rest of the season. Me personally, I would go with Antonio Brown. I think Rashad Bateman is going to come back and be a big part of this offense. Yeah, but so did Herbert. Herbert had a solid season last year, yeah. But that's the thing is that, like, a quarterback, so, like, if they have a good season, especially if one of these rookie quarterbacks starts to pick it up and have a good season, it doesn't even have to be great. Like, it just saw a solid season. Quarterbacks are always going to outshine wide receivers. It's just a quarterback-driven league right now, unfortunately. And if one of these guys, I think that, you know, it's really early for Justin Fields still. Like, I know he looked absolutely horrendous last week. The whole offense did. But I think it's still really early for him, too. Debo, Ridley, Chase, DJ Moore. If I had to sit one of them, I'm sitting Debo out of all of them. Trade Hunt for Woods or Deontay. I'd rather have Deontay on my team, personally. Trade Ridley for Najee Harris. Trade Ridley. Yes, I would do that. I traded Mixon for DK. Good trade. I'd rather have Mixon, but if you needed a wide receiver, DK is really solid. So, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask down below. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're over on TikTok, it looks like it's died down a little bit, but we're over on YouTube Live. I'm going to be ending this here shortly. Probably got, what time is it? I'll go to 2:30, and then I'm going to end this live stream. You're pretty shocked how Pitts has performed so bad. He hasn't done bad, but people were picking him in the third. No, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't really like Pitts a whole lot heading into the season. I definitely liked Hawkinson a lot more than Pitts, so I'm not shocked. Like, I know right now you have it, we've only been through 3 weeks of the season. These guys can definitely still pick it up. But Pitts, like, I think it's going to come for Pitts, to be honest with you. I just think he's uber talented. This team sucks in Atlanta. They're horrible. So I think he'll pick it up. Do you think Dalvin Cook is coming back this week? I do think Dalvin's going to play this week. Kyler or Burrow this week? For me, Kyler. How'd that putt go yesterday? Hey, I made the putt, okay? I made the putt. Here, I'll show you a little something. Watch this. This is going to be this is going to go right in the hole, okay? You ready for this? Watch this. Oh, no, it's not. A little bit too hard. Are you worried about Henderson's workload? To be honest with you, I wouldn't say I guess I would. I'd be lying if I would say I'm not a little bit worried about what's going to happen here with Darrell Henderson. I'd like to think that it's still going to be him, but would I be surprised if it ends up being something else and, like, Sony Michel ends up playing a lot more? Yes. So there's a little bit of concern there for me, especially with him a little bit banged up. I have Cooper Kupp and Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Debo, and Miles, pick 3. Ooh, out of all of them, I would sit Debo, Hayden. Russell Wilson or Joe Burrow? Russell Wilson. Tannehill against the Jets or Hurts against the Chiefs? For me, Hurts. Kareem Hunt or Corey Davis for flex this week? For me, I like Kareem Hunt. Should I trade DK for Chubb? If you need a running back, I mean, that's fine. Parker, if you need a running back, yeah, go get Chubb. Trade Hubbard for James Robinson? Absolutely. If you're getting James Robinson, do it. Gesicki or Schultz this week? For me, Gesicki. Pick 3. Tyreek, Hopkins, Jamar, Devontae. So I'm still, out of those three, I'm going to go Tyreek, Devontae, and Jamar Chase. Dylan. All right, let's watch this putt real quick. Let's watch him sink it. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch him sink it here. All right, here we go. Let's watch him. All right, here we go. Oh, baby. It's a little... Whoa! Way past the hole. Jeez. Terrible. Now this is going to be... Oh, I got to make this for par. Come on, baby. Get in the hole. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness, huh? Thank goodness. All right, 8-man PPR trade Chuba Hubbard for Waddle PPR. My running backs are stacked. Yeah, I would do that. I mean, I just think he's going to be like a 1 week kind of guy, or like maybe 2 weeks. I know a guy in my league would do this. Then I get Lamar and trade away Schultz and Dak. Yes or no? I could get Lamar and trade away. Okay, so you get Lamar and get Dak. I mean, I would rather... That's close. I think, like, I had this year heading into the season, I think I had Lamar 4th and Dak 5th. So, I mean, I would do that. Should I be worried about Mixon getting hurt again this year? I mean, every running back could get hurt every single week. I wouldn't be, like, worried about it. Could it definitely happen? Absolutely. But, I mean, I'm playing Mixon every single week. Hubbard or Tyson Williams? Hubbard. I would go with Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard this week. All right, watch this drive. It's going to go right in the hole. Oh, no. Probably going to hit it. Let's hope it doesn't go in the bunker. No, it's going to go left. Oh, what a beauty. Right down the fairway, huh? Uh-oh. Am I going to get it there, or am I going to hit it in the water? Hopefully I'm going to get it there. I'm going to aim a little bit this way, because my hits have been going a little bit to the left. Like that one right there. Oh! Oh! Oh, we got it there. I'm assuming this is going to be for an eagle. Maybe this isn't a par 5. No, it's a par 5. See you tonight. Hey, I'll see you, Ozai. Is Josh Jacobs worth trading away? I mean, I would try to trade him away. Yeah, I would try to right now. I'll try to trade him away. All right, I'm going to do this putt, and then I'm going to log off of YouTube. So if you have any other questions on YouTube, please feel free. Watch this. This is going to totally miss, but hey, we're going to do it. Not enough break. Man, that broke that broke so much. Don't worry, we got the birdie putt. Sinks it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Who's the leader here? I don't think I'm leading. Oh, I'm one off the lead. Oh, ooh. Okay, look at that Christmas hat, though. That Santa hat, huh? All right, so I'm going to log off here over on YouTube. TikTok, I'm going to log off, and then I'm going to go live again here in a little bit. So make sure you hit that follow button if you're still sitting in the TikTok chat. I'll be going live here in a little bit. So real quick, fire through these questions. Elijah Moore worth stashing or still or a trade? I would try to trade him right now. I mean, I'd like to say just stash. I don't think you're going to get anything in a trade. So I would say still stash Chubb and Keenan Allen for Cook. Honestly, I would keep Chubb and Keenan Allen. Thanks, man. You're welcome. Appreciate everybody hanging out, being a part of the live stream. I'll be live tonight. We'll be live tonight answering questions. Thank you all for hanging out. Jacoby Myers or Zach Moss in the flex. I would go with Zach Moss. So have a great day. See you later tonight, people. Adios.